Sheffield
774. Services between Leicester and Loughborough are subject to short-term alterations due to the emergency services dealing with an incident earlier today. Right, well this one's about 14 centuries away. £12.54, Monday the 1st of December 2025 for the 1301 Northern Train service from Leeds and the 1319 service from Middleton Towers to Barnby Dun. But currently the Sands train is the one closest, but we've routed the Northern in instead. So actually the first train that pour us down is several minutes back. The other train is actually closer in comparison, but is early, so it does make sense to hold it back a little bit. Welcome to December then. What bundles of joy will this month produce? Because 6 years ago, this month's biggest bundle of joy was a national infection. Although, to be fair, what followed shortly after that was one of the most peaceful few months of the country's life in history. At least for the most part, of course. Right, first train shortly approaching from the left-hand side. (195,005) arriving on 3 minutes. Which will be terminating from Leeds. Sand train's now being moved onto the up line through the railway station, so once that's cleared this full junction, the points will then be thrown in front of us to bring it back onto the down again. There we go. So that now routes it back from the up line at the railway station onto the down line here to continue its journey towards Doncaster. Additionally, this one's showing us 2 units again, but is it 2 at the front, or has it got 1 on its arse? We'll find out. Then we might also be staying down again for boxes, depending on how far they are away. Boxes, they jump off the junction in about 4 minutes' time. We should have a bit of clearance after this one. That's only a theorem. practicality of the theorem might be non-existent. Additionally, during this week, the Class 99 Flakes have been booked onto some of these runs to continue testing, but it's not today's. It's nose and arse. LINCLNC 69002. For Barmy Dunn and Donny Don't Decoy. Now they've just gone up down there. Next train's in about 3 minutes, if that. This one's about 4 minutes away. Boom lights are not functional as well. There we go. Uh, 1302, the 1304 Freightliner service from Tinsley to London Gateway, I think. My page has just vanished, but let's assume it's that one. Yeah, Tinsley, London Gateway. Useful to know. This is 6592. Tilbury. (1312), the 1319 service from Masborough to Felixstowe. So 2 L67s at Collingham. He was restarted at either Loughborough or Nottingham. The actual is very ambiguous. That's not the word, is it? Because initially it spawned in at Loughborough to turn around, and the entry in Darwin says it started at Loughborough, but the entry otherwise says it started in Nottingham. But he's ahead of the delayed 1228 service, which I think is currently still due to run right the way to Peterborough. But I'd personally been that here, and yet we're on to 1336 because it's going there anyway, and it's more on time. No, we have been, with the looks of it, but we might be taking additional carriages, because we've moved the Peterborough train to 3B. Train approaching. CC6703. Doncaster PSB for Felixstowe.